Alright, so Yellowjackets Season 2 is almost upon us, but for the sake of you, me, everyone else that forgot what the heck happened in Season 1 of this survivalist, supernatural, twist and turn-filled show, let's recap everything that went down as a nice refresher, along with all of the questions and potential theories we may still have. So strap in for this supernatural walkthrough of Season 1 of Yellowjackets. I'm your guide, Jared. This is an amazing series, I'm not gonna lie. I just binged all of this, so let's do this. Alright, so kicking things off, pun intended, Yellowjackets follows a New Jersey high school girls soccer team as they make it to nationals, but on the way, their plane crashes in the wilderness. The end. I mean, that's kind of the gist of it, right? Okay, so Yellowjackets' core story is told through a dual timeline, and to make things easier for this recap, let's focus on the younger years, wilderness, who survives and who doesn't first, before we jump into the present day where everyone is adults dealing with their own shenanigans. So episode 1 opens on a frightened woman trying to escape for her life in a frozen, frigid tundra, but falls into a hidden spike pit with a mysterious character looking over their lifeless body. We're then introduced to the main Yellowjackets players who are then going to follow through this wacky wilderness adventure. Jackie is essentially the ringleader and captain of the other girls on the Yellowjackets team. Very popular, pretty, dating the stereotypical popular jock boy named Jeff. Her best friend is Shauna, who is always there for Jackie, pretty much does anything and everything that she wants to. Natalie, or Nat, is the burnout involved with, drugs and alcohol, said to be more on the promiscuous side of the team, but it's discovered she very much has a troubled home life. Tasia is the competitive one on the team, wanting to win at any and all costs, even injuring one of the freshman girls who she sees not fit for the championship at Nationals. Other members include Misty, the socially awkward team equipment manager, who is very much shunned from the group because of her weirdness, and lastly, Vanessa, the Yellowjackets goalie, and Lottie, another player on the team, who is later revealed to have schizophrenia. The plane is ready to go to Nationals with the entire Yellowjackets team, along with 2 pilots, head coach and his 2 sons, Travis and Javi, and the assistant coach, Ben Scott. However, halfway to their Nationals dreams, the plane crashes in the barren wilderness and cuts to 7 mysterious figures now eating the same frightened woman in the opening. One of them removes their cloak to reveal it is Misty, insinuating the others are Yellowjackets and have been slowly eating one another to survive. We now go back to the crash, seeing a handful of girls, head coach, and the 2 pilots who did not survive the crash. They scramble to gain composure and bandage up one another, with Misty using her survival skills, amputating Coach Scott's lower leg, which was pinned and mangled by wreckage. Later, Misty hears some of the other girls praising her knowledge and survival skills, praise that she's never received before in her life, and she kinda likes it. This delusional thinking, though, drives her to smash and dismantle the plane's black box locator, halting any sort of rescue efforts that have been on the way. Bizarre symbols are then seen carved on trees here or there as the girls come upon an abandoned cabin with supplies and serving as a shelter. Everyone but Lottie is ecstatic about the dwelling, but with her claiming that the cabin kind of has this hella bad juju to it. But Tasia chalks it up as Lottie's schizophrenia being heightened because she no longer has her meds. However, Lottie may actually be onto something or have some sort of foresight, as there's a flashback of her theoretically seeing a car accident before it happens, saving herself and her parents. Her mother believes that she may have psychic abilities, while her father isn't too sold on it. Later that evening, Tasia swears she hears some rustling up in the attic. Upon investigation, she discovers a scared Lottie staring at a corpse of a man chained to a chair, and close to him carved into the floor are the same weird symbols that have been seen a couple of times on the trees in the wilderness. Amongst the supplies in the cabin, a rifle is found by Coach Scott. Knowing he wouldn't be much help hunting because the fact that he's missing a leg, he has the teens compete in a friendly marksman contest, proving Natalie and Travis to be the best shots, tasking them with essentially hunting duties. One of the first things Travis does while they're hunting with Nat, though, is head back to the plane crash, retrieving his father's ring to give to Javi as remembrance. A handful of girls discover an old puddle jumper plane buried in the wooded areas that seemingly still works when Laura Lee turns it on. Narrowly almost killing a couple of their teammates, Laura Lee's goal is to read as much of the plane's manual as she can, fly that sumbitch out of there, and get some help. Now, crazy, believe me, crazy, but at this point, they are running out of hope. On the other hand, Lottie discovers some more of the weird cryptic symbols laced throughout the woods and believes that the woods have power over them. This is why the man couldn't leave in the plane. The forest and higher powers would not permit it. The supernatural elements continue as the girls then have a seance in the attic for fun, placing candles on all of the symbols on the floor, calling to any and all spirits out there. Now, things take a dark twist as Lottie is possessed by something, speaking in a French dialect, stating they must spread blood. Whatever it is wants blood, smashing her head into the pane of glass of the window. It's quickly realized by Tasia that Shauna is pregnant because she hasn't wirelessly synced up with the other girls during that time of the month. And a big reveal here, Shauna got pregnant by Jeff, Jackie's boyfriend. Shauna attempts to keep the secret from her best friend, but the poking and prodding and lying can only go so far. Lottie continues to have strange visions, of which one is a deer with bloodied antlers. This strange vision then comes true as Travis and Nat return with some much-needed meat. Upon slicing open the deer, though, the insides are completely rancid and infected with maggots. They just can't eat this, with Coach Scott alluding to sick animals because the seasons are changing, meaning winter is coming. Knowing they are running low on options, Tasia and a handful of other girls gear up to venture out to hopefully find some help. Van, at the last minute, begrudgingly says she's going to go with her because her and Tasia are now romantically involved, they love one another, and she wouldn't be able to live with herself if something bad happened to her. Before leaving, though, Lottie gives Van a bone from the sick deer, telling her to keep it on her person as it'll bring her and the group protection. With the group very much being smaller, Shauna's pregnancy secret is pried out of her by Jackie, but Shauna lies saying it's Randy, another dude in high school with them. He's actually the father instead of the actual father, Jeff. Natalie and Travis at this time also have become romantically involved, but after being embarrassed while trying to get it up and go to Pound Town, Travis kind of creates a rift between the pair. Another of Lottie's visions comes true as the river Tasia's group tries to drink from is a deep red and smells horribly. Lottie warned them about a river of blood and a cloud of red smoke, but Tasia chalks it up as just a weird coincidence. Don't think anything of it. Later that night, Tasia fails to stay awake on the first watch, resulting in her sleep climbing. Yes, she climbs up a tree while sleeping, while the others are attacked by a pack of wolves. Tasia shoots the flare gun, red smoke, just like Lottie said, saving Van, but she is severely hurt, mangled face, and is unconscious. The group assumes she's dead, lighting her up in a ceremonial pyre, but Van regains consciousness at the last second. This causes everyone to return back to the cabin with the others, stitching up Van's face, allowing her to live another day. Laura Lee, all studied up on her flying manual, takes it upon herself to fly that plane out to finally find some help. Obviously running out of ideas, everyone agrees with this, clearing a path for her to fly out of the woods. Laura Lee is able to get airborne. Things look like they are in the clear. Oh, nope. And the plane is on fire.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, the plane explodes and they are yet again as helpless as ever. Pessimistic Jackie suggests that they have one final party because no one knows how much longer they'll actually survive. This party is coined Doom's Coming because it's like homecoming, but doom. Anyway, they all start tripping balls because Misty's secret mushrooms had accidentally been added into the stew, resulting in like a way far out there time, man. Under the influence, Shauna almost slits Travis's neck under the authority of Lottie, but luckily Natalie and Jackie stop him in the nick of time. During this craziness, though, Shauna told Javi to run, and the next morning, he is nowhere to be seen, just poof. Hungover as all hell, the lifeless girls' post-party mode spring to life as a bear saunters into their camp and basically just offers itself up to sacrifice as Lottie stabs it in the head with a knife, killing it. Lottie is now seen as more of a deity by the group as her visions continue to become true. Jackie, the supposed captain of the Yellowjackets, now brings up everything that has happened the night before, along with Shauna actually being pregnant with Jeff's baby. Yeah, that's right. Jackie stole Shauna's diary and learned of all of the juicy gossip. However, all of this actually backfires on Jackie. Instead of getting to play the victim, she's instead seen as the problem by the collective because she just isn't pulling her weight around camp. This causes Jackie to throw one big ol' hissy fit, instead sleeping outside by a small makeshift fire while the others enjoy the warmth and security of the cabin. However, to everyone's surprise, it had snowed that night before, and Jackie, who decided to camp outside, had frozen to death. Seemingly now a ghost or a spirit, Jackie sees who we can assume is the chained-up guy in the attic welcoming her into the afterlife. The final bit of past wilderness footage is Lottie sacrificing what appears to be the bear's heart up to a stump in the forest. Not only this, but Misty and Van appear to be her trusty servants in this ritual, kneeling to the offering and stating,
Versez le sang, mes beaux amis,
which means, shed the blood, my beautiful friends. And as it begins to snow, Lottie continues with,
and let the darkness set us free.
Now, jumping ahead in time, present day introduces us to Jessica, a reporter trying to gather information on what really happened all of those years ago in the wilderness, as we see her interviewing characters adjacent to the core Yellowjackets who were in the wilderness. This leads to very vague stories, all being very similar without any of them actually revealing what happened. Jessica approaches the core Yellowjackets members, starting with Shauna, who tells her she's already told everyone the entire story. There's nothing new, just leave her alone. Obviously, this is not true. But we do know Shauna made it out alive, along with Natalie, who has just finished up her time at a drug and alcohol rehab facility, but is still haunted by visions of the gruesome things that they had to do in the wilderness and her father's abuse. The reporter showing up to Shauna frightens her a bit, causing her to meet up with Tasia to discuss what is happening and make sure no one's actually spilled the beans. They are still sticking to the same narrative all of those years ago. Tasia, the third member to be revealed to have actually survived, is now running for New Jersey State Senate and insists that she hasn't spoken to anyone. She wouldn't want to jeopardize her potential office run and is grateful for Shauna's heads up. Misty is also revealed to have made it, now working as a care facility nurse, but unlike Shauna and Tasia, she isn't in touch with any of the former cannibal companions. We see Shauna lives a mundane suburban life married to Jackie's former boyfriend, Jeff, with a daughter of their own. On the way home, Shauna accidentally rear-ends an artist named Adam Martin. They exchange information for insurance purposes. Elsewhere, Natalie breaks into Misty's home, threatening her with a rifle because she assumes Misty sent her a postcard featuring the same strange symbol that they've seen time and time again back in the wilderness. But to Natalie's surprise, Misty received the same similar postcard only days before, insisting they are looking for the same person. The two have a drink and discuss who of the remaining survivors could be behind the postcards, showing that Misty has been keeping tabs on all of them and revealing the reporter Jessica might not be who she actually says she is. Natalie discovers Travis's new identity, tries to phone him, but unfortunately he hangs up on her. The next day, Misty and a reluctant Natalie try to track down Travis, breaking into his home, thinking his place of employment may be where he's at. But the two are then arrested for trespassing, but then released by Kevin Tan, Natalie's best friend back in the day, and who they actually had spoken to at the bar the night before. Shauna spirals a bit as she thinks Jeff is having an affair, with sketchy text messages and even following him to a hotel. Shauna has all but confirmed her suspicions when she receives a call from Adam about getting her vehicle fixed. The two have a drink at the same hotel bar, only for Shauna to see Jeff leaving with a beautiful blonde woman Yet, even more evidence, Jeff is getting some strange on the side. This drives Shauna to say, "F it," and become sexually involved with Adam. Natalie and Misty, fresh out the slammer, continue their search for Travis, going to his place of work, only to find him hanging from a forklift in an apparent suicide. They leave before the police show up. Misty believes that there's more to this, though, because when they were at his place, she had found a note and took it that stated, "Tell Nat she was right." But Natalie hasn't a damn clue what she was right about. Natalie asks Kevin if he can help her with the whole Travis situation because she believes he was murdered. It wasn't accidental. Soon after agreeing to help, Natalie sees that Misty has been following her. Obviously upset, Misty has the same reaction, though, towards Jessica, who has been spying on Natalie and Misty, telling her to back off. She doesn't know what she's getting involved in. Kevin lets Natalie know that Travis's toxicology report was clean, essentially ruling out him ending his own life in her mind. She enlists Misty once again to help hack into Kevin's emails to find out more about Travis's report and history, while Misty updates Shauna on Travis's fate. The next day, Tasia notices her doggo barking erratically, only to look out of her apartment window and see a wolf, yes, a wolf, growling outside in the street. The magic of CGI, friends, as she goes down there to confront the wolf, but nothing is there. Thinking these hallucinations may be tied to her current campaign, she notices someone has vandalized their front door in red paint with the word "spill," meaning spill the tea, spill the details about what really happened those 25 years ago. Later, though, Tasia finds the same red paint under her son's bed. They confront him about the paint and the graffiti, but he insists that it was a scary woman who was perched in a tree outside of his window that did it. Liar, but that is the story he sticks with. Misty is able to find out more about Travis's death through Kevin's emails. Her and Natalie discover candle wax drippings around Travis's crime scene that create the same mysterious cryptic symbol they all had discovered in the woods 25 years ago. But why? Why is this symbol at the crime scene? Who's responsible for this? Did the mysterious power of the woods track him down? Natalie ropes in Tasia to see if she has any insight into this strange occurrence. She doesn't. However, the two received startling text blackmailing them for cash, threatening to release secrets of their time in the wilderness if they do not comply. Misty instantly finds out about this blackmailing because she had set up a hidden camera at Natalie's to see if she could, actually trust her. Shauna is roped in by the pair, informing her of the postcards and blackmail, but Shauna insists she has nothing to do with it. She knows nothing because she never received a postcard. A whole new unhinged side of Misty is shown as we see Jessica, the nosy reporter, is now gagged and bound in Misty's basement. Misty warned her to back off, and well, Misty wasn't around, as she now has her as her own little prisoner, misery style. Shauna, Natalie, and Tasia gear up for the blackmail drop, but not before it's revealed Tasia is chomping on some dirt outside of her house. It's revealed the same sleepwalking from her teenage years is flaring up once again because of stress, causing her to do strange things like eat dirt without any recollection, meaning that the creepy tree woman that her son said was responsible for the paint was actually her, but like in a dream state. As Tasia cleans herself up, Jessica, still held captive in Misty's basement, reveals she was actually hired by Tasia. The reason was to protect her political run. She wouldn't want any of them to speak out and ruin the past, what really happened, basically divulge what they were doing. But now Misty knows that none of them have. The blackmail drop goes as horribly as you would have hoped, resulting in Natalie taking a shot at the mysterious blackmailer and the blackmailer ditching the tracker that they had tried to hide in the bag. Mission failed as Shauna returns home, only to find Adam waiting outside of her place. Obviously, foolish behavior because Jeff or her daughter Callie could have seen him, but Adam is smitten with Shauna. Instead, making out, drives the two inside to fool around. But Jeff comes back home, resulting in Shauna having to hide Adam in the closet, narrowly being caught. The next morning, Callie finds Adam's wallet behind the couch. livid that her mother would bring him into their house right under her dad Jeff's nose like that. Misty continues spying on Natalie, rushing over to her apartment to stop her from relapsing. Obviously, Natalie is pissed as all hell, but Misty informs her that there's more to Travis's death. A mysterious person had cleared out his bank accounts after his death, meaning there's a deeper connection to who might actually be at play. Natalie blackmails a banker who she had met in rehab, telling her to look into Travis's bank account and to find out who actually emptied it. Shauna not only discovers glitter in her closet, connecting it to the night before that they chased the blackmailers through the different department stores, but the safe where she keeps her diaries was emptied as well. Her only conclusion is that Adam was responsible. He was the last one in the closet, and Callie added that there was no trace of Adam anywhere online. Who is the guy actually? Shauna storms over to Adam's place for answers, suspecting him of selling her and the other secrets. She then stabs him in the gut, resulting in his death. In a wild twist of events, though, Shauna stows the knife in her safe, only to discover the diaries are back in the safe, and that Jeff, yes, her husband Jeff, was actually the one behind the blackmailing. He was about to lose the furniture store. The blonde woman from the hotel was actually a loan shark he had owed money to, and thought blackmailing Tasia was the easiest way to get money that quickly. Of course, things spiral as Shauna was wrong about the affair, wrong about the blackmailing. Her and Jeff, though, agree to blame everything on Adam and just wash their hands of the situation. Shauna lets the others know that Adam was the blackmailer and she has taken care of it. They needed to dispose of his body, though, and all of the evidence that may be connected to him or any sort of connection. They, of course, call up the ringer, Misty, to help with this because she obviously has a knack for this sort of thing. With Adam being revealed to be the man with the plan, Misty decides to let Jessica finally leave and be set free. However, Misty has the last final evil smirk by filling Jessica's cigarettes with a lethal dose of fentanyl, poisoning her as she drives away. Tasia, being down in the polls, has sort of admitted defeat, but the newscaster states the results are much closer than initially anticipated, resulting in Tasia winning the New Jersey Senate campaign. As the winning results play out, Simone, Tasia's wife, discovers something horrific hidden in the basement vent. What looks like a ritualistic altar, there is their son's broken doll, candles, the head and heart of their missing dog, finished with a blood-smattered drawing of the same cryptic symbol we've seen time and time again in the wilderness. Natalie, losing hope that Travis's death had more to it, admits defeat and is ready to end her own life because of this. However, mysterious cult-like members break into her apartment and kidnap her. All of them are wearing small little pendants sporting the same ritualistic symbol from the woods, as Natalie is then thrown into a van and driven away. Lastly, as this is happening, Susie, the banker from earlier, leaves a voicemail. She's scared of what Natalie has dragged her into because she believes her snooping now has people following her too. The end of the call has her asking, "Who the heck is Lottie Matthews?" Meaning Lottie and the symbol are still very much alive in the present day. But why? Why does she want Natalie, and how is she connected to Travis? Folks, that is all of Season 1. Hopefully this catches you up on the craziness of what I hope Season 2 is, because there is far more questions than answers at this point, with a lot of things still needing those answers. Like, where is Javi? Did he survive, die? Was he actually Adam? What does the weird symbol actually mean? What really happened with Travis? And who the heck is the no-eyes man who's just creeping about in the background of a couple of scenes? No, thank you, sir. Anyway, Season 2 is almost here, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on Yellowjackets. Are you geared up for Season 2 like me? And what sort of theories do you have brewing about any and all things? And I'll let you know, we're currently running a competition giving away 3 copies of the Superman collection on the 15th of April, and all you gotta do to get a chance of winning this is like this video, subscribe with notifications on, and drop your thoughts on Yellowjackets in the comments below. We pick the comments at random at the end of every single month, and the winners of last month are on screen right now. So if that's you, message us on Twitter at Heavy Spoilers. If you want something else to watch, be sure to check out some of our other great videos. Mandalorian, The Last of Us, we've been cranking them out. But with all of that out of the way, thank you for your constant support. I'm very excited for Season 2 of Yellowjackets. I've been Jared. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and buzz, baby.